Welcome again to the channel Physics Galaxy. So we are back again with the solutions of electronic questions from IIT JAM. So you are seeing the problem on the screen. So in this problem you have to find out the input impedance, the output impedance and the voltage gain of the circuit. So to solve this problem, let us quickly draw the circuit diagram of this problem. To solve this problem and to find out the voltage gain, we need the AC emitter resistance of this problem. Means AC emitter resistance is 26 divided by IE. So you have to find out the DC emitter current for this circuit. So the DC circuit of this diagram will be DC circuit of the given circuit. For the DC circuit, as DC current doesn't flow through the capacitors, so we have excluded the capacitors in the DC circuit. So these two capacitors are excluded in this circuit, and also the input signal is excluded in the DC circuit. So to find the AC emitter resistance, you have to basically find the emitter current. So let us denote the current in this circuit. So this is the collector, so the current through it will be IC and the current through it is equal to IE, and this is the base, so the current through it is IB. So you have to find out IE to determine the value of AC emitter resistance RE. So let us denote this point by A, and the current through this path is I. So the current I is nothing but 20 divided by 12 plus 3.9. So this is the current I in this path. So the potential at the point BA is equal to I multiplied by 3.9, which will be equal to 20 divided by 12 plus 3.9 multiplied by 3.9. So this will give me the result 4.90 volt. So the potential at point A is this one. Similarly, if we apply KVL in this loop 1, so if we apply the KVL formula in loop 1, this will give me the equation VA is equal to VBE plus IE multiplied by 1. So VA is equal to 9.40 and VBE in this problem given VBE is equal to 0.7 volt and beta is equal to 200. So these are given in this problem. So if we put the value of VB here, so we will find out the value IE is equal to 4.2 milliampere. So the AC emitter resistance for the circuit will be 26 divided by 4.2, which will be equal to 6.19 ohm. So this is the AC emitter resistance for the circuit. So to find out the voltage gain of the circuit, we have to draw the equivalent AC circuit for the given circuit. So the AC circuit, this is due to the transistor part. So we know that the input impedance for the transistor will be beta RE. So we have replaced the given circuit by its AC equivalent circuit. So from this diagram, we have to find out the input impedance and the output impedance and the voltage gain. So the input impedance here will be, this will include the input impedance of the circuit. So let us denote the input impedance by Z in. So the Z in means input impedance of the circuit will be parallel combination of these three resistances. So this will give me the result 1 divided by 3.9 plus 1 upon 12 plus 1 upon beta RE. So 1 divided by 3.9 plus 1 divided by 12, beta is given in this problem 200, and RE we have find out that it is 6.19. So these are in kilo ohm, so you have to convert this in kilo ohm. So this will give me the input impedance of the circuit is 0.87 kilo ohm. So this is the input impedance for this circuit. Next we have to find out the output impedance for the given circuit. So from the output we can find out that this will give me the output impedance of the circuit. So let us denote the output impedance by Z out. So Z out is nothing but the parallel combination of these two circuits, two resistances, which is 2.2 kilo ohm and 5 kilo ohm. So this will give me the result 1.528 kilo ohm. So this is the output impedance of this given circuit. Next you have to find out the voltage gain for this circuit. So here we can see that the input voltage will be induced here. So the input voltage induced in this circuit is nothing but IB multiplied by beta RE. So this is the input voltage in this circuit. Next you have to find out the output voltage in this circuit. So here current is IC. So the current in these two combinations will be minus IC. So the output voltage is nothing but minus IC multiplied by Z out. So if we simplify this relation, so this relation will give me beta is nothing but IC divided by IB multiplied by beta RE. So this is minus IC beta this is minus IC RE. So the voltage gain AB, if we take the mod value, so this will be equal to V out divided by V in, means IC Z out divided by IC RE. So we cancel out the ICs here, and Z out in this problem is 1.528, and the RE in this problem is, we have found out the RE is 6.19. So 6.19 is in kilo ohm, so we have to convert it in kilo ohm. So that's why we have divided it by 1000. So this will give me the voltage gain 246.48. So these are the three results of this problem. The input impedance is this one, the output impedance is this one, and the voltage gain is this one. Let's go to the next problem. So you are seeing the next problem on the screen. In this problem you have to find out the DC gain for the circuit and also the cutoff frequency for the circuit. So to solve this problem, let us draw at first the circuit diagram of this problem. So from the diagram you have to find out the DC gain. So we know that the DC current doesn't flow through the capacitor. So to find out the DC gain, we have to exclude this capacitor from this circuit. So the modified circuit will be, so this is the modified circuit diagram of this problem to find out the DC gain. Let us denote the input voltage by Vin and the output voltage here V out. We know that the input impedance of an op-amp is infinite, of an ideal op-amp is infinite. So the current passing through this op-amp is nothing but I0. So means in this point the potential will be same, equal to the input voltage V. So the potential here in this point also will be V in. Hence if we apply KVL in this loop, which is denoted by 1, so this will give me the relation V out minus V in divided by 10, which is the current passing through this point. So this current will be equal to this current. So the first current is V out minus V in divided by 10. So the second current is V in minus 0 divided by 1. So if we simplify this relation, so this will give me this one. So V out divided by V in is nothing but 11. So the voltage gain means the DC voltage gain of the circuit is 11. So this is the first part of this problem. In the second part, you have to find out the cutoff frequency for the circuit. So let us denote the resistance here by R and the input voltage by V in, and this capacitor is C. So to find out the cutoff voltage, cutoff frequency means the frequency at which the voltage gain of the circuit is reduces to 0.7 value of its maximum value. So let us first find out the maximum voltage gain of the circuit. So the potential here is, let us denote this point by A. So if we find the potential at the point A, this will be V in divided by R plus JXC multiplied by JXC, where J is imaginary number and XC is the impedance for this capacitor. So this impedance is minus 1 by omega C. So if we simplify this relation, if we divided this relation by JXC, so this will give me the result, this one. And if we put the value XC is equal to minus omega C, so this will give me the value J omega C R. So this is the potential at the point A when the capacitor is present in the circuit. So if the potential at point A is this one, so this potential will also be equal to VA. So the current through this circuit, let us denote it by current here by I prime. So I prime will be equal to V in minus VA divided by 10 equal to V in minus VA minus 0 divided by 1. So this will give me the relation, the current here, let us denote this voltage by V out. So this will be V out. So the V out is equal to will be 11 VA. So the V out equal to 11. VA value we have find out that the VA value is this one. So if we put this value here, so this will give me the relation V out by V in is equal to 11 by 1 plus omega CR. So this is the voltage gain. Let us denote this one by AB prime. So this is the voltage gain when the capacitor is present in the circuit. So from this expression we can say that when omega is equal to 0, the maximum voltage gain is 11. If we increase the value of omega, means frequency of the circuit, the voltage gain reduces. Means this is an high frequency filter, means high frequency passes through this capacitor and low frequency passes through the op amp. So we can say that this is an high frequency filter, means it passes low frequency through the op amp and high frequency components passes through the capacitor. So you have to find out the cutoff frequency. You have to find out the frequency at which the voltage gain reduces to maximum 0.7 times the maximum value. So let us denote the frequency by omega prime. So let us, omega prime is the cutoff frequency for the circuit. So at omega prime, the voltage gain means 11 divided by 1 omega prime CR. So this is the voltage gain for cutoff frequency. So at cutoff frequency, this voltage gain will be reduces to 1 by root 2 times of its maximum voltage gain. So we have found out that AV max is nothing but 11. So this will be equal to 11 by root 2. So if we simplify, so we have to take the mod value for the voltage gain. So 1 divided by 1 plus j omega prime CR is equal to 1 divided by 1 by root 2. So from this relation we can say that mod of 1 plus j omega prime CR will be equal to mod root 2. So if we simplify this expression, this will give me omega prime square c square r square will be equal to root 2. So 1 plus omega prime square c square r square equal to 2. So omega prime square c square r square is equal to 1, means omega prime is equal to 1 by CR. So if we convert it in terms of frequency, this will be 1 by 2 pi CR. So this is the cutoff frequency at which the voltage gain reduces 1 by root times of its maximum value. So if we put the values of C R here, R is 1 kilo ohm and C is 1 by 2 pi microfarad. So if we put this value, C is nothing but 1 by 2 pi microfarad. So if we convert it in farad, so this will be 10 to the minus 6, and the resistance here is 1 kilo ohm. So if we convert it in ohm, so this will give me the result 10 to the power 3 hertz, means 1 kilohertz. So this is the cutoff frequency for the circuit. So the DC voltage gain is 11 and the cutoff frequency for the circuit is 1 kilohertz. So this is the answer for this problem. Let's go to the next problem. In the next problem, you have to find out the ratio of maximum power to the minimum power dissipated across the load resistance. So to solve this problem, let us quickly solve this problem. So at first, let us draw the circuit diagram. So in this problem, the Zener voltage is given, which is 10 volt. So you have to find out the maximum power and the minimum power dissipated across this load. So the minimum power will be dissipated across here when the input voltage is low, means the minimum input voltage is here 5 volt. So for minimum power dissipated here, which is denoted by P minimum here, the input voltage will be 5 volt. So we can see that 5 volt is less than 10 volt. So in this condition, no current passes through the Zener diode. We know that to pass through the current through Zener diode, we need much voltage than his Zener diode voltage. So for minimum power dissipation, no current passes through the Zener diode. So let us modify this diagram for minimum power dissipation. So this is the modified circuit for minimum power dissipation across this load. So the current in this circuit is nothing but 5 divided by, if we convert it in kilo ohm, so this is the current passing through this circuit. So the voltage, so the power dissipated in this 1 kilo ohm resistance, load resistance, is nothing but I square R. So I is 5 divided by 1.5, means 10 divided by 3 milliampere. So the power here is I square R. R here is 1 kilo ohm. So this will give me the result in milliwatt. So this is the minimum power dissipated across the load. Now we have to find out maximum power dissipated across the load. So maximum power will be dissipated when the input voltage is maximum. So here the input voltage is 20 volt and it is greater than the Zener voltage. So from this diagram we can say that here in this condition current passes through the Zener diode. So Zener diode is activated when maximum power is dissipated across the load. So the voltage here will be 10 volt, and we know that Zener diode acts as a voltage regulator, means the voltage across is two terminal will be always equal to 10 volt. So that here the voltage is 10 volt, so the voltage across the load is also will be 10 volt. So the current through this 1 kilo ohm resistance, let us denote by this one by I prime. So the I prime is nothing but 10 divided by 1, which will be equal to 10 milliampere. So the power, maximum power dissipated here when maximum voltage is applying through this circuit will be equal to I square R. So I is 10 square, R is 1, means 100 milliwatt. So the maximum power is this one and the minimum power is this one. So we have to find out the ratio of these two terms. So the ratio is nothing but 100 is to 100 by 9. So this will give me 9 is to 1. So this is the ratio of this problem. So this is the final answer for this problem.